Okay, here's what's going on so far in the world. Basically, I'm gonna be talking about what's been happening in Poland. Yesterday, President Donald Trump just arrived in the Polish capital of Warsaw to meet with the Polish President Andrzej Duda. I'm sorry, I can't really pronounce his name, but it's kind of but yeah, his name is President Andrzej Duda, and apparently especially in Poland, they have a conservative government as well. So this would definitely show that the United States and the Polish governments would easily get along because, well, right now we're both being controlled by conservative governments after all. And here's another thing that further helps support this. Poland, unlike most other NATO members, actually meets a requirement to pay at least 2% of the GDP it needs to the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which I bet is considered good. And that definitely builds up a big trust between Poland and the United States because of how much crap that is going on, especially the fact when Germany and a lot of other of these NATO countries have to deal with especially the lack of paying their fair share, even though it says specifically that each country must pay 2% of its GDP as part of being in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. I definitely think that the whole spending it on NATO and stuff would definitely be a major issue concerning both of these countries. But I think another issue would be both immigration and especially Russia. Now, although Poland is a part of NATO, it's very close to Russia. In fact, the only thing that's blocking off Poland from Russia is a country called Belarus. Unfortunately, that is controlled by another dictatorship and is apparently an ally of the Russian Federation. In fact, it's part of the CSTO. I forgot what it stands for, but it's the complete opposite of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. This is a big deal because, well, considering that NATO have some tensions even right now with Russia, that would put Poland and especially a lot of Eastern Europe, who happens to be supporters of NATO, to be basically within gunsight of the Russian Federation should possible war or any kind of conflict ever break out in that area. It wouldn't surprise me that it would be part of this issue. It would be part of one of the subjects that President Trump is talking about with the Polish president. But I bet they're also going to even talk about immigration and the upcoming G20 summit meeting, which brings up the giant 20 largest economies in the world together in Hamburg. But I think that's going to be a small issue, considering that it's going to be around a quarter, and, well, that's going to happen after Trump visits Warsaw. That's all. I don't think that's going to be a bigger part of the conversation. But I definitely think it will be interesting how each side would think about NATO and especially the deteriorated relations with Russia. I mean, on the one hand, Poland wants to realize that the United States still has a commitment in supporting both NATO and in Poland, and they kind of want to have some more military support there. Now, if you haven't heard from back in 2009, President Barack Obama actually withdrew some of our equipment from Poland which definitely pissed them off and it kind of frightened them, considering that, like I said before, they're very close to Russia in the case of an outbreak of possible war. But now they need to want the United States under Donald Trump to be committed into the defense of Poland, as well as NATO in general. But on the other hand, with Russia, its stake in this talk is mainly to help rebuild the relationships with both NATO and the United States, but also, dang it, what was the other thing? But also, to maybe take away some of the sanctions and especially other stuff that the United States and NATO imposed on the Russian Federation as a result of their invasion of Crimea. For right, I don't see that happening anytime soon, if it will happen, but it's definitely gonna be a major effect. I think it will be a major effect in starting the process on something something to that, at the very least. But another stake that Russia has is, especially, like I said before, while Poland wants to have military support from the United States, Russia doesn't like that to have it. I mean, that would be considered too close for comfort for the Russians, considering that Poland is just one country away from the Russian territory. Considering this, they don't like the idea of the United States being within reach of possible striking distance to especially cities like Volgograd, St. Petersburg, Moscow, and many other areas as well. But here's what I think as a result of what will happen as of this meme with the Polish president. There will be some more troops stationed in Poland, but I think there will be a layer arrangement with Russia in order to help calm down and ease tensions, and especially give them some breathing room. I don't think that's gonna happen exactly like that, but I'm willing to bet that in a way it would follow up that to something similar to that. Now onto the G20 summit. To be honest, there isn't really much I can say about it other than possibly just looking at the overall economy in general. But here's the big thing, especially and this relates to a little bit of the Polish conference, or the Polish and the United States meeting together in Warsaw. There's gonna be a quick talk between President Donald Trump and President Vladimir Putin of the Russian Federation. People are kind of concerned a little bit because, well, he might talk about the election meddling by Russia, despite the fact that they made little to no impact whatsoever on their election, and especially the current tensions are resulting from Crimea, resulting from Syria, and especially those major hotspots across the world. Personally, I do not think that, I don't think the election is going to be brought up. If it is, it's going to be a very minor note. What's going to be brought up is what has happened in Syria. After all, the United States managed to shoot down a Syrian government's jet fighter over, Syria. And Russia didn't take too kindly for that. So in order to ease up those tensions with between Russia and the United States, I think there's definitely gonna be a major talk in the G20 summit, and I think there's also gonna be some talking with Crimea as well. I mean, after all, there is gonna be a lot of talk concerning NATO. I mean, a lot of the G20 members are actually major NATO countries, and a lot more happen to be allies of the United States. So that would definitely be a major topic to discuss between the United States and the Russian Federation. I don't know what's gonna happen as a result of the G20 summit, but as as soon as the whole summit begins, I will get back to you on that. That's all I have for you for right now. I will be making one more video for today about CNN, and I would like it if you guys subscribe, like this video, and comment below. Alright, this is Noah Meehan from the Arc of Truth. See ya.